Work relationships can be surprisingly fragile. Unlike friendships outside the office, there's often more at stake: reputation, performance, maybe even promotion. And sometimes, it doesn't take much to knock the balance off course. A misunderstood email. A missed thank you. A quick comment in a meeting that lands the wrong way. Most of the time, it's not intentional. But before you know it, the tone has changed, and what used to feel easy suddenly feels awkward. So, if you've ever found yourself wondering what actually happened there, here's how to start repairing things step by step. First, take a moment to identify the issue. This isn't about blame. It's about awareness. Ask yourself, when did I first notice the shift? That first uneasy moment often holds the clue. And if you're not sure, a trusted colleague might have a perspective you haven't considered. Second, schedule a chat, a short one, not a grand summit. Don't overthink it. Just ask if they've time for a quick catch-up later in the day. Too much notice, and people start imagining the worst. When you do meet, state your purpose clearly and calmly. Something like, I really value our working relationship, and I'd like to make sure things are on the right track. If you don't know what went wrong, it's perfectly fine to say so. Next, describe what you've noticed, not what you've judged. Stick to facts and feelings, not assumptions. For example, I've noticed we've not been chatting as much recently, and I just wanted to check in. And yes, own your part if you think you've contributed to the tension. Then be quiet. Give them the space to talk. You might hear something that surprises you or stings a little. But listening fully is the turning point. Here's your first coaching question. Am I listening to understand, or am I listening to defend myself? Because the difference between those two determines how this conversation goes. Once they've shared, reflect back what you've heard. That simple act of saying, "So what you're saying is," can shift the tone from confrontation to collaboration. Now work together on what happens next. Ask, what would help us get back to a better working relationship? You might not fix everything immediately, and that's okay. Sometimes, it's about showing willingness and maturity, not perfection. And if they brush it off with, "No, everything's fine," don't push. Just smile and say, "I'm glad to hear that. Maybe we can grab lunch tomorrow and catch up properly." Actions often speak louder than follow-ups. Here's your second coaching question. What's one action I can take this week to rebuild trust? And finally, remember, you can't control how others respond, but you can control how you show up. Professional relationships take effort, empathy, and sometimes a bit of courage to face the uncomfortable. So, ask yourself this: if I could handle this situation as the professional I want to be, what would I do next? Because repairing a relationship isn't just about smoothing things over. It's about showing integrity, emotional intelligence, and a genuine willingness to grow. Those qualities never go unnoticed at work. If this resonates with you and you'd like support in rebuilding confidence or communication in your workplace relationships, reach out to me at info@o'donnoncoachingservices.com.